Hello, Jennifer Worley. I'm going to talk to you today about fun that I used to have in Pittsburgh. Hang on a second. So, here we go. I've decided to get into costume. It's not a real costume, it's a partial costume. So, I used to do Nero. So what we would do is we would go into Boy Scout camps in the woods of Pittsburgh. So this is what you would do in Nero. In Nero, you would dress into a costume and you would play the role of a character, and this character may or may not be human, or might be semi-human. It might be a dwarf, or an elf, or a dark elf, or a gypsy is not a human, it's a race in itself. I don't quite understand that one. Or you could be a Tsar, or a Beata, or a other things. Anyway, so you go into the woods and you play these characters and you dress up as these characters and you get a little character sheet, and your character sheet has information about your character, such as your hit points and your skills and your abilities, and then you take pieces of cloth and you fill them with birdseed, and then you use this birdseed to pelt each other. So if you didn't cast spells at people, or maybe you did cast spells at people, then you would do other things as well. One of the other things you could do was take a PVC pipe or kite spar, which is a carbon fiber alloy that they use to make lightweight kites out of, and you would cover it with foam and then duct tape, and then you would hit someone with it and you would call out some sort of damage modifier depending on your weapon. So your weapon would be just a regular weapon, and then you would say 4 normal, which means you were doing 4 normal damage to them. Or you might have a silver weapon, or you might have a magic weapon, or you might have a flame weapon. So people run around the woods and they hit each other repeatedly with birdseed packets and boffer weapons, and then you roleplay the whole time. Except here's the thing, nobody really roleplayed. It was really kind of like a nerd gym camp, where nerds would run around and beat other nerds. There wasn't really a whole lot of role-playing. There were always a handful of people who were really into role-playing, and they were kind of thought of as weird by everyone else. Everyone just did, like, a little bit of role-playing. Kind of like the bare minimum of role-playing needed to get by. And that's what was done. Check it out of Pittsburgh if you really want to hit some nerds. As probably the best thing you could do to hit nerds and get away with it. Well, there you go, Jenny. That is a brief explanation of Nero for you. If you feel like playing Nero sometime, I'm sure that both Sarah and I would go join you, because there's really nothing better than going into the woods and hitting nerds. I look forward to your next video. I'll see you later. That's how I originally met Sarah, by the way, was at one of these